How are you doing, everyone? I hope everyone is keeping well, keeping safe, and trading safe as usual. So today, I thought I'll just go through a little trade that was on offer last week, and it's a counter trend trade with demand chain starting to form from weak structure, right? So it's very important to understand that because the expectation order flow is still to put in a new low in this instance. However, you can still get into those aggressive counter trend plays, looking at calls and seeing where price is sweeping liquidity and just simply trading away from those sweeps. So without further ado, I'm just going to get into it. So in this instance, in the 15-minute, so we'll stay on the 15-minute here. We had this low, which was broken with this high, yeah, and we had essentially put in this new low, right? We then expect a pullback. And what's actually happened, right, if I just draw the discount premium, is we've come in to mitigate into a POI within a premium zone. So at that point, my expectation order flow is shifting in order for price to put in a new low. However, what's happened is we failed to close below here, right? So this was a liquidity sweep. Yeah. You always, like I said, you always want to be trading away from those sweeps. So potentially what price could do, right? Is we could potentially come back up into this POI and then put in that new low, which is essentially what I was looking to play, right? However, so Wednesday, I believe, Wednesday morning, and I'll just replay price to about here. Wednesday morning, what I'm seeing is, well, price is essentially, so if you look at this from a fractal standpoint, this is an impulse, right? And it's a correction. So we're essentially expecting that next impulse, yeah? Just from that fractal nature of the market. Now, within here, what I'm also noticing is, so like I said, we've got that sweep. You want to trade away from the sweep. You've also got calls here, clear calls to target, yeah? And you've got a pretty solid POI from where price could go ahead and continue with that overall swing expectation order flow, yeah? Now, initially, sort of, what I'm seeing here is a change in character. We've seen that change in character. Now, remember, for a change in character, we do not need to see a body closure, right? So we essentially, we take the high, take the lows here, we take the low ever so slightly, and then we go ahead and take the highs, yeah? Now, from there, what I'm also seeing is supply is trying to take control. However, ultimately, all these supply zones are failing, right? Price continuing to push up, giving me more confidence that price potentially could come into here before that next leg down. Now, another key little detail here to focus on is, if you look at what's happening here, is we've seen sweeps, right? So just within here, we've seen multiple sweeps. And what do we always want to do? We want to trade away from the sweep, okay? Relative to the larger context, right? So like I said, the overall play was to get price into here to then look to sell. Now, the sell didn't quite happen for me. The entry model just wasn't there for me personally. But I managed to get into these buys, right? So that's the story that we're essentially building from a 15-minute standpoint. So guys, as usual, pre-London analysis of this was given out to the Discord. Just looking to continue that buying until we sort of come into sort of significant demand, and then supply, and then obviously after the session. So this was my entry here, which is taken on the seconds, with clear details of why and how I got into this trade given out after the session. So back to the charts, guys, and like I say, I did get in on this with a confirmed entry on the seconds. However, you could have easily gotten in this on the M1, yeah, and I'll show you how to sort of do that. Now, just before that, just studying price again. These were those liquidity sweeps that are circled on the M15, and this is just on the M1. You just see it with a bit more resolution, yeah. So you can clearly see that sweep. Now, if you guys look at the video on POI selection, Yeah, POI selection. You've got a POI that's taken out liquidity, it's broken some sort of structure, and it has been engulfed. Yeah, so there's nothing stopping you from placing a limit here because this is a refined 15-minute POI. Yeah, there's nothing nothing wrong with placing a limit here. And within that, now personally, I had gotten out at hard TP at 8%. Now it's definitely something I could definitely look at because I could have potentially took off partials and left the remaining run to the overall target, which would have been 16%. Yeah, so this is definitely something that you guys need to focus on yourself in terms of management. But like I say, management is completely personal. Yeah, so this is how you could have gotten in on the M1, and I'm not going to bother going down to the seconds because I know most people are not going to be trading seconds, but this is definitely how you could potentially go in on the setup on the M1. So guys, just want to say thank you for your continuous support. Hopefully you guys are taking some sort of value from these breakdowns, these little topics that I cover, supply chains, demand chains, liquidity, etc., etc. Yeah, so hopefully you guys are taking some sort of value. And if you do like the content on this page, give it a like, give it a share. Those likes and stuff definitely go a long way. Now I don't really know how the whole algorithm and stuff works. I'm not going to claim that I know exactly how it works, but I know the likes and comments and all that stuff does help to basically get the word out. Okay, so if you do like the content, give it a like, give it a share. If you've not already done so, subscribe to this channel.